Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. This season I've been working a lot on building a Nezoth control warrior, and unfortunately I have to tell you straight away that so far I have not been successful. I'm still working on it and I will return back to it when I have something that works a little bit better. And this particular build that I played, I think in the end I had exactly 50% win rate with this, so yeah, you can't climb with it. Why I wanted to make a video out of it anyway, this video actually is going to feature one game, is that one fun side effect of this build was that this build is actually capable of fatiguing a big priest that uses those big spell stones. And I think that's pretty hilarious, because that deck should not be something that you can fatigue, that you can really run out of threats, but this deck is actually capable of doing that, so that's a lot of fun. That's one of the best matchups for this deck actually. But yeah, other matchups were not so great. I do have some ideas on what a Nezoth warrior should be like in the current meta. And one of my main findings is that Plated Beetle is really good. You really want to have Plated Beetle and Nezoth warrior right now. It's better than Mountain Fire Armor. I'm actually leaning towards thinking that you probably want to run both, so you want to go a bit heavier in the armor thing. This deck, for example, doesn't have shield slams. It doesn't really have Reckless Flurry. It doesn't have those armor synergy cards, but I think probably the real solution lies somewhere in running Plated Beetles and Mountain Fire Armors and shield slams and Reckless Flurries, having more ways to generate and spend armor in the deck. That's probably better than what this deck is currently capable of. It's still a relatively fun deck to play around with. And one of the funniest things is how capable it is at beating some of those big decks. So, if you enjoy this content, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more, and let's go take a look at how to fatigue a big priest. I think I'll go with this one. But yeah, with a control deck, it's often possible to just let the Grand Archivist exhaust the big spell priest of spells, and then they cannot play anything much. And then you win the game. Buy them and then take a Dead Man's Hand and shuffle them back into their deck later. And well, Shadow Visions on 2 means that this has to be a big priest, otherwise that is always a mistake. No other deck wants to do that. This cannot be a big spell priest, they don't run Shadow Visions. This shouldn't be a Kazakus priest, because they would be foolish to play Shadow Visions here. I can play the Beetle, it's fine. He didn't have the Barnes in the mulligan because he mulliganed all the cards, which means that he's going to be unlikely to play Barnes here. He could play Horror, which denies the card draw. That hurts a little bit, but I don't think I was in a position to hold on to this much longer, because now if he has top decked the Barnes, then he really wants to play it. Couple of Blood Razors. Let's play a Blood Razor here. I want to start drawing cards. So he doesn't have Barnes. I mean, I can have enough removal for everything he has if I can shuffle Brawls and King Moshis back into my deck. Okay, top deck Barnes on 5 is still good. Barnes on 5 is still good. Well, I can ensure at least one draw from this. Let's see where we end up. Got one draw. I guess it's fine. He played Shadow Visions already, so he either has more extra spell stones or he has Eternal Servitudes. He's going to play either Servitude or Shadow Essence next turn. I think he would be likely to play Shadow Essences if he has them, because Shadow Essences lose value when there are no longer minions in the deck. I can obviously kill this Barnes now. How do I kill the Shadow Essence next turn? I think I want the Cairn out there. I'm killing the Barnes. And I'm pointing out the Cairn. Because Cairn kills the Shadow Essence. Not alone, but with some help. He can also play the Servitude to get the 4/8 taunt back, but Shadow Essence is much more likely. Well, this was a really good high roll, because that means that Bane is going to die. Unless I play some additional minions on the board. But I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's first ensure a card draw from this Acolyte. And then I trade in the Cairn. And then Bane still dies, which is pretty unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that Bane would survive that. I even played it so that the odds of Bane surviving were the highest, but once again, that did not happen. So okay, so he's going to have 3 Shadow Essences in this game. That's so cool and stuff. I want as many cards as I can find right now. I want to find the Dead Man's Hand. I want to copy Brawls into the deck. Because I may need multiple Brawls in order to beat this particular deck. I don't want to use an Execute yet. I want to draw more cards. Harrison is mostly useless. That's a little bit sad. I think I need a minion presence on the board, just in case. But he's getting ready to play the Spellstones. So I would need to find the Dead Man's Hand to shuffle Brawl in before I use it. 3rd Shadow Essence, okay. Yeah, playing Shadow Essence is first is smart because he still has so much stuff in the deck. I have here the means to kill this Obsidian statue, which is pretty good. But that will use my Whirlwind effect, which I don't really like. Because I have no more Blood Rays. I do have a couple of Whirlwinds though. I think I just need to go for it. And I can play a shield block first. Finding more Executes. I guess I'm not killing the Obsidian statue yet. I have so many removal pieces here. He doesn't have any weapons. I can just drop the Harrison. Yeah, I would need to find the Dead Man's Hand. I need to shuffle the removal back so that I can survive all the Spellstones. Okay, he got a bad Usera card. That's a good one. This also will contaminate his pool of stuff a little bit, which is good. So now Harrison trades into that one. I'm at 9 cards, but I guess I'm still waiting. Let's wait. I would need the Dead Man's Hand before he builds whiteboards that I then have to use my removal on, so that I could double use my removal. There's my Dead Man's Hand. So my Death Rattle minions I have only had 2 so far, but it's okay. I want all of this removal back into my deck. Do I want the armor back there? I think I'm fine with 1 arm without more armors. So let's put all of that removal back into the deck now, so that I can hopefully win him by removing everything that he plays. Once he gets stuff like Yashuras and pulls minions away from his deck, that's when I have a chance to get some kind of an advantage in fatigue. He doesn't want to do anything interesting. If I play on Azot now, I don't get any Dahon hatchlings, which is bad. 9 cards. It's effectively dealing 1 damage per turn at this moment, so I can afford to wait. He has to play something this turn. So if I can make him waste something, that's fine. He can't play the Lich King. And I find a hatchling. This is good. I wanted to find a hatchling. I mean, I suppose he can remove it. He most probably can. But now we are going in a slow fatigue style gameplay, in which I have the fatigue advantage as long as I can ration my removal so that I can remove everything he plays. User is a little bit annoying. I suppose I will execute the Usera. I can use a slam here to draw another card. Then I can execute the Usera, and I can play another hatchling. He of course also has the Psychic Scream. That will only make the fatigue game better for me, as long as I can find enough removal to ration out over this time. He has spent both Shadowward Pains, so he cannot pain the hatchling. He can of course play like Pint-Sized Potion. User Awakens, I'm cool with that. I find more Executes, I'm cool with that one too. Do I want to play my first N'Zoth now? Yeah, I have quite a lot of value in that N'Zoth. What if he just shuffles it all back into my deck with a Psychic Scream? There's 9 cards in hand. On the other hand, next turn he has to play something. So I also have the option to just wait and make him play something. I think I'm actually waiting for him to play something. Let's do it like that. I don't have to go in with the N'Zoth yet. I don't think I'm in a hurry. That's good. It's able to pull a Taunt minion. So how do I want to do this? I have multiple options, including simply slamming and executing the Yashurash. I have a couple of executes left. What if I just play the N'Zoth? He has the Pint-Sized Potion Horror, right? So he can kill off the minions and push 14 to face. That seems nasty. I think I can just execute this Yashurash now. And next turn he again has to play something. This one's only pushing 4. And he has to play a card. Some card has to come down now. It's probably a throwaway card. No, it's actually another statue. That is interesting. Now with a pair of N'Zoths in hand, I guess I can play my first N'Zoth. Because he can't really Psychic Scream this now, can he? Because if he Psychic Screams this, I get both Obsidian statues into my deck. So he has to use some other means of removal. Pint-Sized Potion Horror is obviously an option. I still have Bane and some armor. Well, now next turn he doesn't have to play anything. So is this the time when I play Double Sleep? It's going to keep bringing these back from the Spellstone, that's the problem. And I haven't found a Whirlwind, so I don't have an activator for King Mosh other than this very weapon here. just execute that one. No, I missed the armor up. That was bad. Because King Mosh can wipe one board. He creates a board with the Spellstone, and King Mosh can wipe one of them. And that was a bit of a surprise. Didn't really expect that. Does he have another pint-sized combo in hand? Can that connect to phase for 8? There are still ways for me to lose this. If I take 8, I go down to 17. I think I have to do that. I really want to draw one Whirlwind for the king. Does he have the second pint-sized combo in hand? This became more tricky than I had imagined. I think I go with another Nesot now. Let's see if he has another pint-sized combo in hand. I get some plated beetles, so I get some armor. Get a couple of cairns. He still has 7 cards in the deck, so he might not have another pint-sized combo. All the other combos he can have are weaker. The pint-sized thing is really the only big one. He's looking for it. He has 1 piece. Nah, that sucks. But I do have 2 Banes if he uses the combo. Because I managed to get 2 cairns. I wasn't guaranteed 2 cairns. Another pint-sized combo. Alright. I like that. Then what? Now this became interesting. Now this game just got interesting. So one of these can go. The others will push face damage. He has another Dragonfire potion, obviously. And he still has the Shadow Word Deaths as well. He can play an Eternal Servitude together with the Dragonfire potion. I wonder if I want to play the Darhome Matriarch out there, or if I save that for a refill. I think I'll save it for a refill. He burned his second pint size. That's good. Now he can play... Oh, he chose to go for the Greater Healing Potion. I think he needed some tempo here. At least it would have been preferable. He's down to 6 cards, I have 12, so I can easily play a shield block. I can develop a Matriarch here. He of course still has 2 copies of Shadow Word Death. But I think I might be able to do this. He has 2 Spellstones. Well, the Frostmourne is a big thing, because I already spent the Harrison. That's a really big thing. We'll see how this one turns out. I think I'll just jam Darhome Matriarch. After Darhome Matriarch, he's unlikely to have that 4 damage to it. But he can have a death. Oh, he visioned for a death. I think that was surprising. Lich King cards can be really bad. I still have not found a Whirlwind. So I don't have an activator for King Mosh. I think I need to double sleep this one. Take 8. That hurts. Not what I wanted, but I guess I just have to. And then I can still play Darhome Matriarch. He has no servitudes. He has 2. He has... What does he have in hand? He has a Nuzera. Well, that gives him the 4 damage he needs to kill the Darhome Matriarch. With the Frostmourne to get 1 from there. 8 cards remaining. He has 3. I mean, I can silence the Zera, of course. He hits with the weapon, he hits with... He has one more Shadow Word Death in the deck as well. Tricky. If I play Scourge Lord, I can kill the Zera. I think I'm not doing that yet. Let's just silence it for now. Now we can finally get some souls into the Frostmourne by attacking Zera into that and then taking 6 to face as well. But he still has another greater healing potion there too. But he is moving closer to fatigue all the time. Yeah. I totally saw this coming. That value from the Lich King too, that's pretty insane. I mean, I obviously have the King Mosh. Now I have the Whirlwind King Mosh clear. But I guess this is a brawl. I was trying to have double Nesot in control matches. I remember I have double Nesot. I've actually already played 2 copies of Nesot in this game. And if you think 2 copies of Nesot is going to beat Big Priest alone, then that is just not the case. Well, there's only one bad outcome, and that's the Lich King, right? So let's brawl that. Lich King is really the only really bad outcome. But that's completely fine. I can even play 1 Direhorn Matriarch out there. Yeah, Big Priests are too much. Well, I'm just trying to fatigue a Big Priest here. Oh, anti-magic shell. That's nice. He has one more spell stone. What else does he have? Oh, that's a mistake. I mean, I get it that he thinks it's good, but it's not that good. We're moshing that board. He has one more Shadow Word Death left, so he doesn't have to really care. He has one more spell stone. Did I get all the minions? Lich King, 2 Obsidian Statues, Zera, Yashurash, and all of the Resurrections and Essences. I think I've got all the minions. There's one more spell stone left. Okay. Few bad ones here. We'll see how this one goes. There's plenty of resources from these. Okay. Well, this turn is obviously the brawl. Next turn is Garrosh and Execute. I win the brawl. That's a big one. I have 5 cards left. He shouldn't have anything left, right? He has Lich King cards and Ysera cards. And that's all. That's absolutely everything he has. Then he has a bunch of removal. Did I just successfully fatigue a Big Priest who was able to use every single resource he had? That's 2 Servitudes, 3 Shadow Essences, Frostmourne that brought him 2 6/9s, 2 Greater Spellstones, Barnes that brought him a statue, Lich King statues, Ysera and Yashurash. Yeah, that's what this looks like to me. It seems that I have just managed to fatigue a Big Priest. But it takes so long. It just takes so long. I still have 4 cards left. I'm at 32. Another Frostmourne. Well, how many Frostmournes can he have? We'll see. He's out of Shadow Word Death, so I think I'll drop a Direhorn Matriarch here. I also have an Execute left. So I don't mind it if he decides to punch his face into that in order to steal it eventually.
The light has betrayed me.
Can he win this one? That would be interesting. That would be a very interesting turn of events. Do I want to give him Plated Beetle? I think I don't. I'll wait for his next hit with the Frostmourne. How many Frostmournes can he have? I mean, he got 2 Frostmournes, 2 anti-magic shells. Does he have a 3rd Frostmourne? I think that's pretty unlikely, right? It's pretty unlikely for there to be a 3rd copy of Frostmourne. Let's play another one of this. The last card is a Diehorn Matriarch. There's a Potion of Madness. Let's see. I can't remember if these are from Ysera or from the Lich King.
I'm out of cards.
Can he still win? When he's fatiguing for 6. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to kill off this. I'm going to kill off this beetle for 3 additional armor. So he needs to deal 16 damage this turn. Yeah, I didn't think he would do that. Yeah, how long does that game take? I don't think you can climb with this deck if wins deck. In order to win a game you have to do this. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.